Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to Vanilla Minecraft on the Aura Fury server. Hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing great. So I just got done talking to Illuminati and we both have something that the other could be in need of. And so we're out here at the mining desert because Illuminati needs lots of sand. And in exchange, he's willing to give us some iron. Now, I don't want to use a lot of the iron that I have mined out because I'd like to use it for decoration. And so there are a lot of very heavy iron consuming projects that I have coming up. And so I need to secure a good source of iron. And this seems like a good way to do it. So I have gathered up some stuff here. I have a whole bunch of shulker boxes, and we're actually going to put a barrel down here next to the portal, and we're going to put all of our shulker boxes in here. We're also going to place down a bed and go ahead and set our spawn point, and then we're going to start digging out tons and tons of sand. So I have two Silk Touch Efficiency 4 Unbreaking 3 Mending Netherite shovels here. Now, between the two of them, that is 4,062 durability. Now, obviously, we don't want to run them all the way down, but that's a lot by itself. So, with Unbreaking 3, we should be able to get about 2.5 times that much. So, I am hoping to see 10,000 sand mined here in this little episode of mining. And with 1,728 items going into each shulker box, that's a few shulker boxes. It won't be near what we have here, and what I'll probably do is go back and repair the shovels and then mine some more. So my hope is to actually fill all of these shulker boxes. So we have 24 shulker boxes here to fill. So I am going to get to it. And when I come back, this is probably going to look a lot different. Well, that's 5 hours of mining. That was a lot of mining. So I went ahead and made 2 more netherite shovels because the first 2 only got me through about 10,000 blocks. Now, I already took 9 shulker boxes full of sand back to the base. So, yeah, this one's not full, but we have 19 more of them in here. So that makes 28 plus a bit. And, yeah, let's go ahead and go for a little bit of a fly here. And we can see this was all sand. Every bit of it was sand. There is so much sand has been mined out of here. Oh my god, that was a lot. The thing is I may look at doing something with sandstone just so that we can use some of these sandstone blocks that I've uncovered. But we need to grab our stuff here and head back to our base because there is another big thing to take a look at there. And also I got a rabbit's foot and a gold rabbit's head, as well as 16 raw rabbit and 11 rabbit hide. Whatever. So we'll grab those, and then we'll have inventory space to just break this and grab everything. There we go. So let's head back to the base. I'll meet you guys there because it takes a little while. So we are back at the base. I stopped by the Enderman farm on the way back and repaired all of my shovels. And so those are doing okay now. But we have 29 shulker boxes clear full of sand. This is over 50,000 sand. It is absolutely insane. So we will have plenty of sand to supply our needs and the needs of others for quite some time. And we're going to need to get these shulker boxes emptied out as soon as we can because our empty shulker boxes, we have 3 left. So yeah, that is definitely something we're going to have to be doing. But during the live stream that we had earlier today, I worked on something that, well, a couple of things actually. So the first one is right here. So we now have an automated bee farm. And I kind of want to see how much honey we have in here. We've got a little bit. Not a huge amount, but we need honey blocks for the thing that we are going to be making. And that is over here. This monstrous thing of redstone and red concrete. And what this is going to allow us to do is grow a warped nether wart or crimson nether wart tree in this space, right in the center of this, and then it will slowly push the tree out. And this is a quadruple piston extender of my own design that, yeah, it works very, very quickly. I am very happy with it. So if we pop up here, all of this is just the control circuitry, and I will try to make that a little bit cleaner. But if we update this redstone, it will fire everything. And what we'll see is the quadruple piston extends, then it pushes forward one block. Quadruple piston, pushes forward again, quadruple, again, and then a fourth time for the quadruple piston extender, and then it retracts everything back. So yes, that is really cool. It took me over 4 hours to make this all work. And by the way, this quadruple piston extender portion of it, I had long before I started all of this. So yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous, the amount of time and resources that have gone into this. But all of the stuff that you see here is just to control it. The thing that we can do is make this set of pistons, which actually that last one shouldn't be a sticky piston, it should be a regular piston, but it will allow us to make a massive wall of these quadruple piston extenders, and then by alternating 3 slime blocks and then 3 honey blocks and then 3 slime blocks and so on down the line, we can actually make this thing very tall. So it does take a line of observers and then a lot of repeaters to make that work, because the slime blocks and honey blocks have to all fire simultaneously. If they don't, then the slime block will grab the piston above it and the machine will break. So yes, we have to make sure that those fire exactly at the same time. Now the quadruple piston extender, on the other hand, is a lot easier to work with. They don't have to be exactly timed with each other, and oddly enough, the system fixes itself very easily. So let's say for whatever reason this piston got stuck right there. Well, if we fire this thing now, it will actually fix itself first time out. And then every subsequent time it will be just fine. Now, the issue with that is, of course, those trees can grow up in between the blocks, so we would have to still be careful to make sure that everything fired properly in between each tree growth. But then we can push that massive line of warped blocks and the stems and all of that, and the glow shrooms too. Glow shrooms. I keep calling them glow shrooms. They're shroom lights. The shroom lights get pushed out as well, which it's the stems and the shroom lights that I really want. But they get pushed out, and then they can be collected into a large block over on the side somewhere, and then we can drop TNT onto them and blow them up. Now, I know that TNT duping is a thing, but I don't want to do TNT duping. So we are going to be crafting a lot of TNT to make all of that work. However, we need to get our creeper farm up and running before we can make that. But this thing here we need to build. Now, the only reason that I built it here was to work out everything while the bees were making honey. So this is not where this thing is going to get built. It's actually going to get built down in our massive mine that we have been mining with the beacon. So yeah, all of this was just to figure it out. And so I actually have a lot of time to rebuild this out in our big mine. So I'm going to collect up tons of resources. Obviously, we need a lot of observers, a lot of repeaters, and then we're also going to need some multicolored concrete because, well, this gets really confusing when it's all the same color and you can't figure out what each color is doing. So yeah, I am going to get a bunch of that stuff collected up, and I think I'm also going to see if I can make some of this stuff a little bit more efficient in how this part works. I'm gonna quickly sleep here. Now there is an interesting circuit in this setup that I actually had to make in order to get the timings correct, and it's actually pretty neat. So what it is a comparator burnout clock with a, well, it ends up being a falling edge monostable circuit on it. But that is, let's see if we can find one here. That is this thing right here. So it's these blocks here plus these. And so what it is once you get power into it, you get your comparator burnout clock running, and the comparator burnout clock will turn this torch off. Now when that torch turns off, we have a little bit of delay on this repeater, so it will stay on momentarily long enough for this torch to turn on. That will power the redstone dust on top and keep this block powered. Now that block has a torch on its side. So once the comparator burnout clock finally runs down, this torch will turn off one tick before this repeater turns back on, allowing this torch to blink for one redstone tick. So yeah, we are able to control very easily the speed of all of this. So I don't know for sure if this circuit will make it into the final design. We'll have to see. I have 4 of them in here. This is another one right here. There's that one down there. I think there's one up there. Yeah, they're kind of scattered all over the place. But in between the firing of each of the... Oh, and there's also one over here. So in between the firing of the quadruple piston extender, it needs to run through one of those to give time for the quadruple piston extender to make its full cycle before the triple piston extender over here that pushes the items out can fire. Now, there might be a way to make that a little bit cleaner, like I said, so I'm going to do some experimenting on this and see what I can come up with. Well, another Sunday live stream has come and gone, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about. So, there are some very big changes outside of the base here. So we did remove a lot of the stuff here. All of the animals that were over here are now gone. We also added in a well. Added in a well and did a little bit more decoration here. We're starting to get figured out what we're going to do on the exteriors of the base. But also the interior of the house is finally complete. So yes, we have a very nice kitchen, a lot of little details here, like we've got a bowl and a cup, and then this is meant to be like some peppercorns. We've got a pot and a cauldron. I know it's a bucket and a cauldron, a wooden spoon, some dried herbs, some fresh herbs, you know, some meat being prepped. I think that's all pretty cool. Dogs sitting in the kitchen, cats sitting over here on the sofa. Yeah, you'll have to check out the live stream on how I put these cushions in the sofa and the chair. You know, that's pretty cool. We've got some little details here and there, and this is a pretty cool one, the jukebox with the music disc above it. Now, when we go upstairs, which I put in a spiral staircase here, we now have a fireplace on the second floor and a little reading area. We've got this slime head on an armor stand with some gold armor, and our bedroom is now complete. And I think this is looking absolutely amazing. Then if we go up some more, we can see there's painting there, and I did a little bit of decoration in the enchanting area. Now there's a couple of things here. First off, we've got an amethyst shard back here, and that felt like it belonged up here as something that would deal with enchanting and magical stuff. But also we have a dead bush in a pot here, and the idea is that this was originally a flower, but the magic aura in this room has killed the plant. So I thought that was kind of a cool little idea. We've also got a barrel here for lapis, so that's pretty good. Now, I haven't really been working on the redstone over here for the nether tree farm because, well, I wasn't really feeling it last week. So instead, I have been spending a bunch of time over here in our beacon mine. And let me tell you, the beacon mine has made some absolutely insane advancement. And we are almost completely finished with mining this area out. We have a little bit left here, and the reason this is so weird here is because I was actually getting some moss blocks out here. And so we have a whole bunch of these moss blocks, and part of that was so that I would have moss for doing decorations along the path, but also we need this rooted dirt. Now, rooted dirt is very much a pain in the butt to get because every single rooted dirt requires one azalea tree to be grown. And so we have to have a lot of azaleas, and we also have to have a lot of trees grown. So I went ahead and took a little bit of time during the live stream and set up a machine to make rooted dirt. Now this is based off of the concept that I saw in Cub Fan's video the other day, but I think I improved on it just a little bit, and there's definitely still a little bit of room for improvement. So the idea here is we have an observer that watches this spot right here. So when we put a moss block down here, we hear a click. And so that moved an item here in this T flip-flop. And then when we turn on this dispenser and place down an azalea, it promptly turns it into a tree, changing the moss block to rooted dirt, and then pushes those blocks forward. And so we can do this repeatedly and push out a whole bunch of stuff. And so in Cub Fan's design, he had to manually hit a lever to push the blocks forward. This one automatically does it for us. And so we can get a fair amount of moss blocks fairly quickly. And then the other thing is when it's all said and done, let's say that we've gotten enough now, we're going to go ahead and remove all of this stuff. And we got a fair amount more of the moss blocks. We're now up to almost a stack and a, or moss blocks, rooted dirt. We're almost up to a stack and a half of rooted dirt now. And so now what we'll do is we'll hop up on the machinery and chop out the the branches out of the leaves. So these trees, I did find out they grow the trunks in the cardinal directions only, which actually makes it a little bit easier to chop them down than I thought it was going to be, but not by much. So when we get all of the logs out of it, then the leaves rapidly decay because of our quick leaf decay add-in in the server, and we get tons of blocks. Well, the thing is, as you can see, we're getting azalea bushes. So we actually get, if we only go like 10 or 12 azaleas at a time, we actually get more azaleas back than we had to begin with. So yeah, that works really good. So we're getting a decent supply of the rooted dirt, And now the reason for that is going to be in the paths. So previously I would use Podzol in the path. And Podzol just, it doesn't really look right. But if we put in, say, some rooted dirt, and you know what, we're going to go sleep because I don't want nighttime to kill it. But the Podzol, you can see it's very dark on top, and it just does not quite fit. But if we put in, that is not the right thing. So if we put in a coarse dirt next to a rooted dirt, and then like some brown concrete powder, some leaves, moss blocks, moss carpets, mossy cobble, a little bit of gravel, some tuff. In general, oh, thank you to whoever slept. In general, the path looks really, really good. So I am going to be working on that here for a little bit. And I know I said I was going to be working on the redstone over there, but I'm really inspired right now to get this pathway done. And we're going to be working on the broken down walls as well. So we've got the cobbled deep slate as the base of the wall. And then we're using cobble walls and wooden fences. I might actually switch it over to the birch fences because it gives it a bit more of a bleached look. Like the planks have been, or the fences have been there for a long time and they're losing their color. Maybe we could do a combination of the two. I don't know. But also this well, I really like it. It is a functional well. I guess we don't have a bucket here. Let's go ahead and go grab our bucket out of the kitchen. So we'll grab this, if I can grab it. And we can actually come in here and grab a bucket of water. And you can see that it automatically refilled, no issue whatsoever. So we'll go ahead and place this down here. We come back over here, grab another bucket of water, and we can just continue to do that over and over. I think that has got to be one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Now, I've done this before with, the Unbound Realm, but that well was a little bit different. This one's a bit heftier, and I don't know if it's too much. It might be. So let me know what you guys think of this, and that is, you know, I'd love to hear your guys' input on it. Now, before I go and continue working on this, I have to say thank you so much, you guys. You are absolutely amazing. We hit a milestone on the channel. We now have over 2,500 subscribers on the channel. And thank you so much, guys. It is so amazing to see you guys are enjoying what I do. I know a lot of this is coming from Forever Stranded, and I may be looking at going back to that here eventually. But right now I am just so inspired to work here on Aura Fury in vanilla that I think this is what I'm going to be doing for at least the near future. So yeah, if you guys are not subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Let me know that you are enjoying what you're watching, and it really inspires me to continue making videos for you guys. So anyway, let me get to work on this path, and I will see you in a little bit. Well, this is beginning to look absolutely amazing. So when we come up here, I wanted to do this at night because you can look around here and you can see that it's reasonably bright around here, but there is not a single torch or anything anywhere. So the way that I've done that, there's two things here. So first off, if we drop down in here, we can see there is a torch buried underneath here. And so that allows us to have some light coming up through the leaves. The other thing is, every once in a while, we have these moss carpets that have a lantern underneath them. So that gives a huge amount of light. Now, when you walk on them, you can hear the lantern tick. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I have gone through and you can see how the path is just kind of a mottled mixture of coarse dirt, path blocks, rooted dirt, tough, mossy cobble, gravel, leaves, moss blocks, moss carpets, and then of course you have the grass around it too. So yeah, everything is just really starting to look good. I also came up here and kind of put a wall to keep me from going straight through over the top of the cave. Now, of course, I can still do that, but it'll be a little bit more difficult. Another thing that I did that I really felt was needed was to put an azalea tree over here on this side of the house. So yeah, that really kind of frames the house when you're looking at it from this way. So we've got the tree on that side, the tree on that side, and then the house in the middle. And I think that's absolutely amazing. So let's just pop a little bit up in the air here and see what this kind of looks like from up here. And oh yeah, that is really nice. It'll be even nicer once I get rid of that redstone back there and all the shulker boxes and everything. And then also I need to get the path going up into the warehouse. But yes, that is looking amazing. Got to keep working around the house, get rid of all the torches, and then like I said, get rid of all that stuff. You know, it'll be kind of fun to get all that taken care of. And we're going to be doing this all over the place. So yeah, expect to see that in the future. I might actually be working on that in next week's live stream. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have this one recorded and out to you guys before that. So yeah, I'm going to keep working on this. Of course, one of the things that I have not done is to add in these little rock formations. I did not put anything with flowers anywhere. And actually this, yeah, that does need to be there right now just for lighting purposes. But you know, I didn't put any flowers in. I also don't have any of the raised sections of the wall, which I'll have to get some of those. And then we can put some vines on there. Also don't have any of the bamboo around. But I did do another one of these azalea with the moss block on top of it. I think those look really cool. So yeah, lots more work to do. I'm going to see where we're at on the episode, and I'll be back in a little bit. Well, this is pretty cool. So I just got the rooted dirt into the shop, and already we have sold an entire stack of it. I have priced it out at 1 diamond for 16, and yeah, we've already sold a stack of it. That is great. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be pushing to get more of that stuff going. So yeah, that is really cool. So yeah, I think that is probably going to be it for this episode. You know, did a lot of stuff, and I'm hoping the next one won't take quite so long to get to you guys. But I want to say again, thanks for getting me to 2,500 subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you have any thoughts about what I've been working on, be sure to leave that down in the comments. And I will see you next time. Bye.